Yo, what's up everyone? And this is the very first episode of the Tubs 234. Welcome to my YouTube channel, guys. As I mentioned just 2 seconds ago, this is my very first video, and I hope to continuously upload over the next coming months. Basically, welcome boys, and this is the very first episode of the Tubs 234. Um, as you can see that we're currently looking at the web app, which should be up by September 21st, September 22nd, depending on where you live. And unfortunately, we don't have any gameplay or a webcam. The gameplay, I hopefully will start uploading something once I have my Elgato ready. But as for the webcam, I've been having some issues. I just really want to upload this video before the web app comes out and just give an idea to you guys on some of the starter teams so people can get a head start. Of course, you've seen plenty of different starter teams going on, but this one is a bit different. I've tried to make something that's realistic, playable, and if you work smartly in the very first few weeks, you can definitely achieve it. And this will be a hybrid between Serie A and or Calcio A and the Premier League. Obviously, Premier League being my favorite league. Anyways, that's enough of this. Let's get straight into the squads. So over here we have a hybrid, as I mentioned, of Calcio A and the Premier League. Over here we have Allen, who I think might be the most expensive player in this squad. Depends on when you buy him. I would suggest, if you can, try snipe him or buy him within once the web app drops, because as the time progresses to the time the first release and Friday when everyone has FIFA, Allen's price will just consistently rise. He's one of those players that might be a bit difficult to get because of just his overall work rate, and his rating, as well as just his stats in the team. So Allen is a perfect defensive mid, which everyone should be carrying. But let's go to the forwards. So in the forward, I have Antonio, Redmond, and Anderson. Antonio is my boy here. So pretty much I love this guy because he's got 85 pace and 82 physical. Exactly. What else can you possibly ask? Big, strong, and fast. Also, the 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves are perfect for scoop turns, especially if he has his back turned to the goal. He can easily scoop turn and then go one-on-one with the keeper. I have Redmond over here, mostly because he's a green link between him and Antonio, and it helps with chemistry since he has a dead link. There weren't many other options, or at least not many achievable options. I would like Arnautovic, but unfortunately, I think because of just how much people loved him in FIFA 17, he's going to be a bit more expensive. Also, Redmond has a high medium work rates and a 4-star skill move. That's perfect. Especially for wingers, I only mostly am looking for pace over here. There's nothing else to really brag about his stats. That, yeah, sure, 81 dribbling isn't too bad, but overall he's just all pace. Then I have Anderson. Anderson, he did get a position change and an upgrade in FIFA 17 in January, and it looks like they stuck with the position change as he's still a right wing, right forward. His work rates are a bit of an issue with medium low, so he's mostly going to just be here on the pitch, somewhere not too far up and not too far back. So don't expect too much, but he would be good to just receive the ball and then kind of cut in every now and again. And he's got 92 pace, 86 dribbling, which is fantastic. And his shooting and passing isn't too bad, especially when you compare it to the 69-70 of Redmond. Another good thing about Anderson is that he does get the green link with Allen, and Allen is pretty much, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, he's going to be a rock. With medium high work rates and being a defensive mid, he's going to pretty much be my Kante for the beginning of FIFA. Then I have Zelensky. He also gets a green link. That was one of the main reasons. But I have Zelensky, Allen, and Mesa. So Mesa is going to be my workhorse because he's got the high work rates, and he's just going to go up and down and just play like Nainggolan, how we would play him in FIFA 17. Zelensky, on the other hand, he's going to be more of my dribbler. If I need to bring the ball up from midfield to attack, with that 83 pace, 82 dribbling, I do think he's going to be a good asset, while Allen stays over in the back. Also, the 79 passing, his through balls would be probably pretty good, and he's probably going to be able to get Antonio, Redmond, and Anderson through on goal just by drifting into the center or drifting just over here and just triangle down. Mesa, as I said, just a workhorse up and down. He's not even a rare card this year, so I do expect him to be relatively cheap, especially because I think there's a lot of hype, in my opinion, with rare gold cards. So unless people decide, oh, 82 rated, he's got some really good stats, because that 80 physical and 77 pace is just fantastic. So he's pretty much rivaling Allen in his what's it called his stats for being a defensive midfielder, except with the high work rates and 73 defending, he's more of a box to box in my opinion. Then I have Moreno in my defense. So Moreno might be a tricky one because I do think there's a chance he's going to be too expensive, mostly because of the 88 pace and 74 physical with high medium work rates. High okay, work rates aren't the greatest on him, but the 88 pace, he's just going to be able to track people down. Anyone who goes past him is going to be able to chase him down. I do hope the 76 rating brings his pricing a bit down, but I would assume he'd probably be 1,200, 1,300. And then I did pick Karstorp. Karstorp. I hope I said his name correctly. I picked him mostly because of the pace and the physical. Just like he's a better version of Allen and on a different side. There were obviously choices from the Premier League, but I do think because of the Premier League hype in the start, a lot of these players will be overpriced. At least the ones I wanted. And he links into Ake. So Ake, who did get an upgrade this year, he was a silver last year, and he was in a lot of people's teams. Ake will be, I think, a solid start. He might play like Zuma, how he did for us when we first started FIFA. Except, if I'm not mistaken, Zuma had 80 pace, where Ake only has 76. But overall, he's all right, and he's 75, so he should be relatively cheap. And then you have Mangala, so I think this guy's going to be a gem. With 79 rating, I do expect his price to be not that high, but he is French and Man City, so I don't know. It's possible he goes closer to like 1,000 as well, 1,000 coins. And the reason, if you can get him for cheap, is the 85 physical, 79 defense. Yes, the 70 pace isn't the greatest, but look at that stats. Those are amazing. Also, the 4-star weak foot, easy to just make sure if you're in any tricky situation, just clear the ball out or even play it back from defense. Lastly, I have my keeper, and that's Boric. So obviously, I would much rather prefer Begovic, but because of the whole FIFA 17 hype, I think Begovic is going to be still OP and he's going to be overpriced, especially in the start. Boric is the main reason I have Boric is because of the link, and honestly, I'm not going to spend a lot of money on a keeper. So for me, the three players that are most replaceable in this team is Ake, Boric, and Kasrub. Oh, also another reason, Kasrub links with Zelensky, so it makes sure Zelensky has perfect chem. So moving forward, I do have a few players that I was really interested in throughout this time. So one of them is Cavaselli. So obviously, if I can't get any one for a cheap price, I would plan on going for Cavaselli because of that 73 pace and 79 physical. Also, he worked dreams for me in the start of FIFA last year, so I wouldn't be too disappointed to try him. Also, the low high work rates, and I think he's gonna play a bit more like Chiellini, except worse, obviously, if you see that rating. Another one is Benjamin Mendy. So the reason I'm not playing Mendy is mostly because of A, he plays for Man City and he's French, so just like the same reason for Mangala, he might be a bit overpriced. Another reason is that I'd have to sub out my left center midfielder, and Moreno gives the guy a strong link and make sure he stays on full chem. So if I switch Mendy, I'd have to switch my midfielder as well, but I do think he's a good left back to get at the start of FIFA. 82 pace, 79 physical. For me, as you can see a theme going on for my wingers and my wingbacks, it's mostly the pace and physical. Because I like to be able to outrun my opponent or be able to bully them off the ball. Another player that I would really like is Emre Can. And as a Liverpool fan, I would love to have another Liverpool player. He does get the strong leg with Moreno, but oh yeah, okay, yeah. So you got a downgrade. He used to be at 80 in FIFA 17, but still his stats aren't too bad. If you look at this over here, 84 physical is pretty good. Actually, it's fantastic. 78 defense is awesome. Yes, his pace isn't the greatest, but his passing is good, his dribbling's good, and he's got a 4-star weak foot. What more could you ask? And medium work rate, so he'll always be in that center like position, whereas Messi is going to be more running up and down the field. but Chan will be able to just make sure the midfield is ticking well and along to complement Allen with him. Another guy, Amarati. So the reason I put him in here is because of the 86 physical and he's a 75 rated. So I do expect him to be very cheap. There's not much more of a reason besides for that. And one thing I found interesting, so I was looking for defenders from Leicester City just to see if I could link someone with them. And I saw this. Oh my God, is this the worst defense you've ever seen? For those of you who follow me, you've probably seen me put a post on Instagram already. But look, Hoot 30, Wes Morgan 37, Fuchs 62, Simpson with the massive downgrade of 69. Sorry, that was so immature. Okay, get back on track. I mean, and so yeah, like this is horrible. So I guess they went from winners to having the worst defense you can find in the Premier League on FIFA Ultimate Team. And then next, I just want to talk about three players for the upcoming FIFA. So Aguero, I'm not saying you buy him as your starter player. No, he's going to be way too expensive. But it'd be interesting because Aguero and Paulo Dybala will be the two players to get most likely be in Team of the Week 1. That's fantastic. Also, I've heard rumors Mertens is pretty well. I haven't seen the game yet, so maybe I'll check out. I'll put on my Twitter to see if I think he'll be in the Team of the Week. But both Dybala and Aguero scored hat tricks. So if you get lucky with your starter packs and make bank, or I guess if you're using FIFA points, and you pack someone unreal, I would try to get Dybala or Aguero because just like De Bruyne last season, Team of the Week 1 OP players prices just rise because there's such limited number of them. Lastly, I want to talk about Romeo Lukaku. So I think this guy is going to have a one to watch season similar to Higuain's last season. Lukaku has been consistently scoring for United and he's most likely going to be a top goal scorer this year. With services from Pogba and Mkhitaryan, I can't see this guy stopping. 86 rating is pretty fair for him, but I can see him by the end of FIFA, excluding his team of the season card, to be somewhere up between 92 and 93. Just because I expect him to get tons of man of the matches in forms, so expect his one to watch card to rise that high. And anyways, that was all I wanted to talk about today. Next time you'll see me, I'll probably have the web app up and try to give you guys a bit of a briefing about how my first few star packs went and let's get this road to glory started. Alright guys, thank you for watching my video. This is the Tubbs234. Make sure you subscribe, comment below on how I can improve, and peace out.